Hi Leo, this is Jess with your May 20th, 2019 weekly reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So Leo, it looks like this week, the thing that you have put behind you is the very thing that seems to be challenging you this week. Looks like there was a lot of anxiety, worry, stress that you guys were under past weeks or in the past sometime. You've let that go. You're walking away from any heartache and pain that you've caused or was caused by you, and you're closing that cycle. But it seems that this week may be the very thing that you find to be challenging. It seems to be a bit of a challenge for you. Your emotions may be running kind of high, but it's below the surface. So a lot of people may not be 100% picking up on it, because you may find yourself being very busy this week, tackling a lot of things. But in your mind, there's some disappointment, some heartache, some pain, some loss. I feel distance. So missing people, family members, people that you once had a very close bond with, may be on the outs, or things may not be working out the way you would like, or it could be in a work environment, but in a place where you felt happy, or you want to get to your happy place, may be a bit of a challenge, and that is creeping up some emotions for you. But you are trying to move forward in a new sort of way. So you are trying to let things fall by the wayside. You are trying to accept the changes that are coming to you now, and work and responsibility seems to be a welcome distraction for you, or something that you feel is more beneficial because it brings you the results that you're looking for, instead of dwelling on things that you kind of can't change, because change is here. It's here. It seems to be here to stay. I know I said in the surprise, I don't think that, well, the last surprise was you're taking your ball and going home, but I think the week prior was stubbornness, and change is coming anyway. So you might as well not be stubborn, because changes are coming upon you. So I do feel like you guys are definitely thinking about endings, changes, things that you can't control. You're no longer trying to control, but you're just trying to go along with whatever the tide is taking you. But where you may have felt a bit stagnant because of lack of ultimate happiness, feeling as though you're not going to get to your place of happiness and full success, I feel that you have a newfound understanding and a new reprieve. So some of you definitely is getting your almost like getting your life back to some extent, feeling more confident about yourself, feeling more proactive, being more involved. But those things still linger. It's still dormant. Not being able to let something go, feeling as though but you can't communicate the very thing that you can't let go, and you don't know when it's going to end completely. You don't know when this is going to completely be behind you, even though your thoughts want to move towards something new and want to welcome in an end to a situation, and you're acting that way, like you're moving that way as well. Or you may be having people coming towards you, helping you move in that direction. The benefit for you this week, though, is that I do see you not necessarily making a decision either way, kind of being in that middle ground before you decide to move forward, is a benefit. So some of you've already been in a stage where you took some reprieve before you made a decision and moved on, and now you're moving forward and you're feeling a lot better about yourself. There may have been a loss of money, so I would say be conscious with your finances, or an idea that you once had, you're no longer moving in that direction. It looks like some of you guys are literally ripping the page, chucking it, and starting new. A new page, a new day, a new dawn. Looks like it's appearing for some of you Leos. But I do see that there's going to be moving forward, getting out again. It may happen like almost like day and night. Okay, you're back out there again. And some of you, there may be an end or a fallout with a particular female who may be a bit manipulating when it comes to finances. Maybe, it may not be very stable. And there's some communication needed to get down to the bottom of the situation. Some of you may cut someone off because they're not stable. They're not pulling their weight. They may not be having the best interests of the children at heart. So there's some needed to make a tough decision. And it's like time is ticking. Time is at the essence. People are coming toward you. They want the They want the verdict. They want what say you, if that makes any sense. The clock is ticking and you don't have much time and you need to make a decision. Do you rat someone out? Do you take this course of action? It's like some form of strategy you may be conjuring up, if that makes some sense. And you may feel like it's a need to defend yourself. So I'm going to say A, B, and C to get the upper hand. But be very conscious that it's coming from, a good place, the right place. Because I do see that there's been some harsh words, maybe a fallout, a fight, words being used as weapons. And I feel if that has been you in the past, you're taking a different approach, a more mature approach, and you're taking a step back and contemplating your next moves forward before you just act, okay? So people could be doing that to you too. So if you have been the reciprocal end of harsh words and, nasty actions and words, I feel like you're going to get communication coming to you that is more pleasant. Now, the advice for you this week is to not allow what you don't know to back you up in a corner or to defeat you. You can do this. You can handle it. It's life, right? And in that, you want to just charge ahead. As I was telling Cancer, you don't need to know everything, because in not knowing, you just find yourself overthinking, and that's just going to, spiral into not being productive and finding yourself back into a place that you don't want to be in. So moving forward, onward and upward is definitely the key here. And try to stay out of your head and your emotions as much as possible. But I do feel like a lot of you guys are straddling. You're kind of walking in two realities right now. One of the past and trying to, pull yourself out of it, as difficult as it is, and one trying to embrace this newness, as unfamiliar as it may feel to you. Now, it does look like there's going to be something to celebrate as we get closer to the end of the week. Someone may be having their baby, so congratulations. There may be a baby that's arriving, and that's like a huge end. This pregnancy could have taken a toll on the person, toll on the relationship, toll on the family. So that's an end to a cycle, something to celebrate, and that comes to a culmination. But it feels like you need to guard yourself. You'll feel like you need to guard yourself or defend yourself against actions taken. Some of you may skip out of work, to go out and party, to have a good time, and now you have to kind of defend your right. So I get defending your right to do something, defending your right to not necessarily be happy, but defending your right. Yeah, some of you, it is to be happy, defending your right to move forward in on a level that you really want to move forward in. And that stubbornness is still there. That stubbornness is still there toward the end of the week, Leo. So I guess it's just a process for you guys, 100%. Now, when it comes to your finances, again, I would say be conscious, because if you're welcoming a baby, you definitely, that costs money. So there you go. Some of you may be looking or preparing to get a new home, which is going to be more money spent to decorate the home, to find the home, closing costs, all of that stuff. So in preparation to whatever this new thing is, there needs to be some consciousness of your finances. And I don't see you guys being crazy about money, like just going out and spending, but money doesn't seem like a bunch of it is coming in, if that makes any sense. So I would say, conservative this week. And for those of you who are in the work environment and you're waiting for good news could be coming to you toward the end of the week, but it's like one cycle ends, another one begins. Now you have to kind of gear up for your first day of work, the process that you have to take. Some of you may be going through a process. It's like, this is the first stage. Now you have to go through the next stage. You passed the first stage. Now you have to go through the next stage. So there are stages here in this new beginning that some of you are embarking on, but I feel like you're up to the task to tackle it. And if you're having or have had issues at the workplace, looks like you're coming out on top, and you may have someone who is a really good ally by the end of all of this. Someone may be getting let go at your workplace, though. I do see that. Someone could be getting let go at your workplace, but it looks like you and another person will be saved. It will be through a lot of hard work and effort and strategy on your part, but you'll still get through. So, another week is one. Now, when it comes to love, It definitely looks like some of you have moved on, and that is to your benefit, starting anew and not necessarily feeling, not so much looking at it as a loss, but looking at it as an experience that you had, and now it's time for you to start a new cycle in your life. I do feel like through this ending of a situation, it was a hard ending. It's not something that you wanted to happen, and there was a lot of sleepless nights and worry that you went through in order to get to this place of closing that cycle. And this week won't be it's like literally, it's like the sifting through the last little bit of energy. Again, every week is different, so some of you, this may just be your beginning. Others of you could be at the tail end, and some of you could be in the thick of it. But this particular week looks like it's hard for you to close that chapter. Even though you made a decision to close it, you're still not 100% ready to close it. And you're not able to express that. So you can't even reach out to the person and tell them how you feel. And there's this open-endedness, like you haven't received closure. And some of you could be trying to call this person in purposely or inadvertently because you're heavy on their mind, or they're heavy on your mind. And nighttime may be, the most difficult time for you. You may change like night and day. Seriously, like in the daytime, you're fine and you're moving about and you're doing everything that you need to do, and you're feeling really good and you're feeling attractive again and motivated, and you may be attracting people. But at night is when, you will find yourself a little bit more in your feelings, and your mindset may become a little darker in how you perceive the future and remembering that person and all those things. So nighttime may not be the best time for you. Daytime seems a little bit better. It's heartache and pain. I do feel like makes you want to go back to the person, makes you want to fix it, but it's over. It's over. And you're not happy about that at all. And I feel like you stayed away because of this reality, but part of you really does want to go. And the more and more you think of it, the more and more you want to go, the more and more you want to just take that leap. You are a fire sign, and that's just how fire is. You guys want to act. But I do see even in all of this desire to want to, you are reserving yourself 100%, at least for right now, because there may have been a lacking of value. Someone didn't value the other person, and there was words that was used as weapons 100%. Someone may have not felt safe because of some things that was expressed, the way that things are being expressed, the callousness of the way that someone is handling the other person. And some other people may have backed that person's behavior up. Like they may have encouraged that person's behavior. Like, give them a what for, curse them out, that type of thing. And in hindsight, we know it's 2020. So looking back on it, you would have done things differently. Or this other person, particularly, I'm getting more of the male energy here. So I don't know why it is that Leo men takes over the Leo reading all the time, or the male energy in the lives of Leo women usually shows up very prominent. So I do feel there is a taken stock on the male's perspective in actions that were taken in the past, whether the female lashed out toward the male, and now he's looking at it in a different sort of way. Again, apologies could be coming. Someone may be ready to send out a message or an apology, but they're taking stock of what all has happened prior to just sending a help-hazard, message out. The advice here is for you to, I feel when it comes to love, some of you have to, in going deep, which is a challenge because some of you may just only be seeing it in your perspective, or one perspective is to see it in its totality. Also, to not allow whatever someone's done to you to put you in a place where you feel defeated. Okay, because you could be calling in someone that's going to take you through another cycle, another lesson. Leo men, in that you may find yourself going out there and being pretty reckless and just, unapologetic of just being very self-indulgent and not caring about other people's feelings. So not allowing someone's, ill behavior toward you to kind of ruin your future, and not allowing and not ignoring whatever you could have done to others to not learn the lesson. So hopefully that makes sense. If you are single, looks like you're ready, especially if you're a Leo man, looks like you are ready to get out there. And women, you will be attracting quite a bit men. who may not have 100% control of themselves. I do feel like some of the women in the lives of men you're going out and meeting women, they may be psychologically and just fundamentally in a challenging place in their life right now. Okay. So there will be this contemplating of, are you really ready? And I feel for some of you toward the end of the week, you will go out. There will be, like I said, a cause for celebration. So you could be going to some form of event or function, but there's a change in that. And where you once felt really happy and it's like, yeah, I'm going out, I'm having fun, I'm enjoying myself. It's like that quickly changes and you find yourself a little bit more defensive, a little bit more guarding of people, not trusting people, not knowing if this is what you should be doing. Do you even feel comfortable? Are you really ready to go out? So a little bit more processing on the love front is what it looks like. But for others of you, it looks like someone's going to be coming back to communicate with you. They're going to want another chance. They're going to want whatever you've gone through in the past to end, and they're going to want to reconsider and work things out for the new beginning. However, it is to you to see it, and it will be different in all of you, how you perceive their actions and their true intentions. Okay. In the extended, though, we're going to look at how this person really feels about you, what their challenges are, what do they regret most, and what their actions is going to be, and how is that going to work out, as well as if there's any actions you'll take and how that's going to work out for you. Also, we're going to look at these love cards and see exactly what they're going to tell you deep down inside if they could. So if you're interested in that, click that link below in the description box and we can get started. Otherwise, I would love to hear from you, Leos. I think I got a lot of messages from the last week's reading, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought that reading was so dead on as far as like where you guys are emotionally. I see a lot of processing. Again, Leos, you had an amazing reading last week, and it seems like you guys are just like peak and valley. And this week looks like it's more going to be of a peak and valley. You may have your little good moments and not so great moments, but again, it's the perils of growth and change and moving forward, right? And so again, if you would like to share, please do so in the comment section below. If you would like something personal with me, I can be reached in the beginning and into this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Leo.